Hey everyone, I'm Scott with Mobile and 5 to 10 Minutes. Today we are going to look at UITableView and how to implement it with storyboards. UITableView is one of the most commonly used controls in iOS, allowing the user choice selections in a scrollable vertical list. Apple has made UITableView very memory efficient and extremely to implement in your apps. Before we jump in, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel below so that we can bring you more content. And if you have any questions, please post. We would be happy to address any questions. Also included in the description of this video are links to Apple's documentation where you can read more about UITableView. Let's take a look at UITableView in an app. The first thing about UITableView is that it's derived from UI scroll view. This means that it is by default a view that is scrollable. The views that are contained in UITableView is a linear collection of UITableViewCells. UITableView was made to be efficient memory-wise with its UITableViewCells. It creates a queue first in first out of UITableViewCells and reuses those cells when they're scrolled out of its UI table view. I'll show later on how it does this and how you can create a memory efficient app, especially if you're displaying a large number of items in your UI table view. By default, UI table view cells come with a layout that's already defined. If you wish to create your own custom cells layout, you can, and I will address those in a later video. The default UI table view cells come with an icon, a title, and a detail title. As you can see here, I've coded up 3 different types. I will show you how you can implement each one. So let's get started with creating a UI table view inside of our Obj-C application. The first thing I'm going to do is going into our main storyboard. And as you can see, I've created a single view application, and I'm going to add to this a table view. So let me just go ahead and drag that over. And I'm not going to put constraints on this just because of demonstration purposes. So from this UI table view, I'm also going to add into it a table view cell as well. And that's a prototype cell. So the other thing that we have to do is tie into or bind our table view as a data source to our view controller. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to add in the protocol UITableViewDataSource right there. Go back to our storyboard and take that. Now I'm going to right click on here and we see that we've got choices for data source, prefetch data, delegate, that type of stuff, and we're going to move it and we're going to set the control or bind the view controller as our data source for our table view that we have here. Go ahead and close that out. Now I'm also going to go to our table view cell, and we need to use a reuse identifier for this, and this is where memory and management comes with the table view. So when we DQ cells, we do it by name, which is the identifier that is here, and so we can use UITableView as an effective way of managing memory. So I will go ahead now and jump over to the controller, which we should have a pop-up that should come up here in a second. View control is going to say we don't conform to the protocol UITableViewDataSource, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that and add the step code for missing protocols for that UITableViewDataSource. So I'll go ahead and fix that. Now there's only 2 that we really need to be concerned about right now, and those are 2 that are required. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these guys right here. But the first one that we have here is the number of rows for our selection. Let me go ahead and cut this. I'm sorry, in our sections. Just move that there. And for basis of this demo, I'm just going to return 50. Just means that we're only going to return 50 cells. And then from here, I am going to go ahead and code up just the text for right now. So, but the first thing we need to do is we need to dequeue a UITableViewCell. So if it doesn't exist or anything like that, we are guaranteed to have a cell get returned now with iOS. So let me go ahead and code that up and show you what that does. So UITableViewCell. Our cell is equal to, and then we're going to use our table view, and then we're going to ask it to dequeue. Sorry, I'm thinking Swift right now. Got to switch gears. My head, UITableView. Then we're going to dequeue reusable tables view cell, and this is the cell with identifier. So right now I'm just going to put in there, our uppercase cell, and then there's actually another one for index path actually, and then we're going just to pass in the index path that was passed into us. So there we have that there. Then we're going to return that cell. So what's going on here is that when we get a cell, it could be either a brand new cell or it could be a reused cell as you're scrolling through your UITableView. So then also now we're going to have to display some data. So basically I'm just going to just do cell.text label, and we're going to do .text is equal to, and I'm just going to do the in a string of course, if I could do this right, f string, and then string with format, and I'm just going to do a string that is just the row number, and we would do a %LD for long decimal, and go ahead and long, and we'll do the index path dot row. So we're going to just go ahead and compile this and run it and see what shows up on our app. Now again, since we didn't use constraints, we're probably going to bubble up on top here, but as you can see, we've asked to give out 50 cells, and every single time it requests a cell, the UITableView controller will return the cell number to it as well. So as you can see, 0 through 49 were displayed. So the other thing that we can do here for default cells is also display a detail as well. So cell dot detail text label dot text. I'm going to pretty much do the same thing here, other than just go ahead and except for I'm just going to add in some detail text. Now this won't show up just yet, only because we need to go into our storyboard control and say, for this prototype cell, instead of it being a plain style there we go of custom, it's going to, we also want to see a subtitle too as well. So you can see title, which we initially displayed. Now this detailed subtitle too is now going to appear. So you're going to have to actually program the, what type of table view cell you're going to be displaying. And so I'll go back to view controller. That should be okay. We're going to go ahead and run it, and so we should see our main text, our text label show up, and also our detailed text with also the number on here too as well. And last but not least, for a basic default cell, we do get an image view as well. So cell dot image view, and then dot image is equal to, and we'll create a UE image with the resource that I've already placed in there, image named, and then the string name of that image, which I have momentarily forgotten. So object Obj-C, so that's the image or icon that we're going to show on our thing, on our UE table view. Obj-C, and so now we're going to pull in and display a icon as well. So as you can see, we got our icon, our main text, and we got some detailed text that show. This is a basic UE table view and table view cell. I hope that you have gained a lot out of this. It's very simple as described before, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.